Hello and welcome to a brand new video. So, game week 2 is here for League One. It is my boys, Leicester City versus Burton Albion. Last time these teams played against each other was in pre-season this year before the league started, and Leicester spanked them 3-0. Before I talk about the home side, Leicester City, let's talk about Burton Albion, Leicester City's opponents. They kicked off their season with a fairly decent point against Stevenage. In my opinion though, Burton will struggle this season. They have a very small bunch of players in their squad. And I've noticed every single year Burton have new players every single season. For that is from trialists, from free agents, from the academy, if they've got the academy. But yeah, every single year they do not keep their best players. So every single year they have to keep rebuilding. And to me, their squad lack a little bit of depth in their side. On a positive note though, Burton do have a good manager in Gary Bauer. His win percentage is okay, it's very decent. It is a 32% win ratio. That is very surprising considering the squad he has to work with. A fantastic point against Stevenage, who by the way were competing for a playoff place last season. So fairly decent point. They are in for a chance to beat the mighty Foxes. Played them during pre-season. They kind of know a little bit about Leicester City, and that will probably help them a little bit during this game. Their captain Tilt came out and said to the chairman that they need help with signings this season to help with the depth of the squad and the longevity of this season. So he said they were getting tight at the end of the game against Stevenage, but you couldn't really tell because again they got a fantastic point against Stevenage, but only they know at the time how they feel. So if the captain is coming out and telling the chairman that they need to get new signings in to help with the depth of the squad, then that is a massive problem. So apparently when they brought players on, obviously they're youngsters coming on, and they're not used to playing these kind of games. So Burton substitutes need to be a bit improved on if they want to stay up this season, but we'll see what happens. Now let's talk about my boys, Leicester City. Where do I start? A very disappointing result against Notts County, against favourites for relegation, Notts County. But no disrespect to County though, they played ever so well, so fair play to them. Leicester struggled to break down Notts County, and they also started making a lot of errors during the game. When Leicester finally scored, they did not look convincing to hold on to that 1-0 lead. Leicester City captain Harry Souttar thought it would be a good idea to stand in the penalty area, put his hand up to call offside like this when he was inches away from the action. If he did not put his hands up in the air to call offside like this in the penalty area in the 6-yard box, may I say, then he could have cleared that ball. But instead, he thought it'd be a good idea to try and convince the linesman to overrule that decision of offside, but it was not offside in the end. So the mentality of Leicester City players is just like last season. They just have no idea what is happening. Overall though, against County, it was not a good performance, and they're going to have to massively improve this season if they want to even get out of League One. The massive issue Leicester have this season is lacking a striker, a number 9 who can put the ball in the back of the net. They cannot rely on a 34-year-old Bobby DeCordia-Reid up front to get them the goals this season. And if you've seen on the news guys, Leicester City are up for sale, and in my opinion it is the best thing for this football club. And a new chairman coming in with fresh ideas can only benefit this Leicester City side. Leicester are at a massive all-time low, and they need this change just for something different. So now let's do something fun on this video. Let's predict my Leicester City lineup against Burton this Saturday at 3 PM. So we're going to start off. In goal is Alex McArthur. In my opinion, he did not look convincing in the first game against County, but again, I think he's probably the best goalkeeper we have on the ball. He does command his area a little bit, good shot stop offer. So for me, Alex McCarthy will stay in goal this week. And then on the right back, we've got Jadon Joseph, who, by the way, looks fantastic. With his first goal for the club against County as well, on his debut as well. Fantastic player, guys. You know what? Leicester got rid of Ricardo last season. Now they've got Jadon Joseph in, who looks very similar player, so I'm quite excited to see what he can bring this season. So defence, I'm going to stick with Harry Suter, Mr. Handboy, and also Caleb Bacoli, centre backs. That's the best we've got, guys. It's the best Leicester City have. They do not have anyone else in defence who's as good as these two, so them two will stick for me. Left back, I'm going to go for our new signing, Christian McFarlane. Luke Thomas had an absolute nightmare against County, and today and this week, I think for me, he has to be dropped. So McFarlane will come in for Luke Thomas from last week that I predicted Luke Thomas will start. So one change right there. CDM, I've got Oliver Skipp, who again had an awful game, but again we have no one better than Oliver Skipp. I mean, Skipp on his day is a very good player, so for League One, you know, if you think it'd be a bit of a cheat code for League One, but so far not convincing. But again, that's all the best we've got, the best we have in midfield. So behind the strikers, I've got Sammy Braybrook and Connor Chaplin. That is right, guys. So Braybrook, man, it's one for the future. He looks absolutely fantastic. But I will say something about Braybrook though, is he is out of contract this next season for Leicester. So Leicester need to renew that contract, otherwise they can lose him on a free next year. And someone like Braybrook can definitely attract, you know, teams in the higher division. So Sammy Braybrook though is a Leicester Iniesta, and I will take that any day of the week. Connor Chaplin set to return from injury, 2 weeks off. And getting Chaplin back in the side, guys, will be a massive boost for Leicester because he's a good player, Chaplin. In my opinion, one of the star players we have. So when he is fit, you know, he can get you at least a couple of goals and hopefully 10 goals a season. We'll see what happens. Right back, right mid, I've got Wes Burns. That is right. Again, on his debut, did not look convincing, but again, he is the best we've got. He's got experience. You know, I think because it was the first game, guys, I think, you know, a lot of nerves in the side. But Wes Burns is a good player on his day. So, for me, Wes Burns will start on the right-hand side. On the left, we have Will Alves, who, in my opinion, I keep saying my opinion, but Will Alves, for me, is going to be our golden boy this season. He looks absolutely fantastic. You know, no, I always liked Alves, guys. I said to you a couple of years ago, Will Alves is going to be one for the future. Unfortunately, he had a massive ACL injury last year to set him back a year or so, but he is finally back fit, looking ever so good. So Will Alves, for me, man, is going to be the star player this season. And up front, our new striker, Bristrick. He came on for like 20 minutes or so, well, 10 minutes before the end of the game on Saturday against County. It didn't look convincing. But 10 minutes, guys, you know, you can't do much in 10 minutes. So if you start him this week, we should maybe see what he can bring to the table, guys. So, anyway, that is my Leicester City predicted lineup and a bit of a conversation about both sides. So, if you did enjoy today's video, man, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and without further ado, I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Thank you for watching, guys. League 1, game week 2 is here. Let's see what happens. Good, and good night.